Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Bow and Arrow Tarot. This is going to be the new moon reading for the sign of Leo. I just want to say to all you Leos out there, thank you so much. You guys showed me so much love on my last few videos, my monthly June video, love tarot reading for the month. And I just love you guys for it, alright? I'm a moon, I have my moon in Leo myself. I guess I display a lot of Leo energy, but I love my fellow Leos, girls and boys. So, thank you so much. We're going to get right into it. We're going to pull out your animal spirit card for this new moon reading. Let me just briefly say new moon readings are all about the new moon. Today is the new moon, June 3rd. Well, actually, the video will be coming out on the 4th, but June 3rd, June 4th, it's all the beginning of the new moon for the next few weeks, until it goes into the full moon. And new moon is the time that you plant seeds, you have new beginnings, right? So I like to do a new moon reading and a full moon reading, which you can check out in 2 weeks from now, all right? So let's get into it. Give me an animal spirit for my lovely, lovely Leos, my lions, my gorgeous lions out there. Show me what kind of energy, what kind of animal spirit they're working with for this new moon period, this period of beginnings, sowing seeds, planting ideas, beginning new journeys, etc., etc. Show me. Tarantula. Wow. Now, don't get all grossed out now. All right. I know that most of my audience are women. And I know the initial sight of a tarantula being your animal spirit might be a little bit daunting. However, my lovely, lovely Leos, this is a fire energy animal spirit. This is the element of fire, the upright triangle. And the tarantula is a beautiful, beautiful spirit to have. The tarantula talks about high sensitivity, intelligence, all right? Being at a crossroads in your life, right? The tarantula is all about your life's journey. It represents a moment, you know, when you need to make a big decision, right? The tarantula doesn't move quickly, right? And again, for those of you, I know a lot of people have arachnophobia out there, but just think of it as like, you know, it's an illustrated tarantula, okay? But they don't move that fast unless they need to, right? But for the most part, if you ever see a tarantula in a documentary, they take very slow steps in the wild. You see them very slowly kind of crawling along. You know, they're not like the little spiders that seem to be extremely fast. Right? The tarantula talks about a time in your life when you need to refocus. Right? Sometimes when you watch a tarantula moving, it'll move very methodical and then just suddenly it'll stop and just move completely in a different direction or to the side now, you know, and it's like, why? You know what I mean? Like it's you know, because I'm a big fan of documentaries and wildlife movies and stuff like that. When I lived in England, I used to watch the BBC nature shows all the time. So I love this kind of stuff, right? But the thing with the tarantula is oftentimes when you watch them moving in the wild, you don't know why they're changing course. It's not like they're trying to get around an obstacle or they're hunting something. It's sometimes, you know, you can see them just crawling along, let's say a log, right? And, you know, it just takes a different route. Just seems to go to the side or go a different way. And it just, you know, the tarantula has, is very highly perceptive to such a degree that it talks about, you know, tarantula energy is when you are I don't want to say repurposing, but when you are reevaluating and prioritizing things in your life. It's about your life journey. The tarantula comes up when you need to make big decisions about where you're going with your life, with your purpose in life. Are you on the right path? Are things happening around you that keep kind of making you question if you're really happy? Are you truly happy with what you're doing? Or do you need to change or adjust or change your path? You know, it's that deep, deep patience and wisdom, and the kind of very slow, you know, methodical way that the tarantula moves, that is what is meant to be paying attention to right now, right? When you pull this card, it's all about really paying attention to your path in life, where you're going, taking a moment to stop, and are you sure you're on the right path for you, Leo? Are you sure you're happy? Remember, this is fire energy. This is the element of fire. So we're talking, even though the tarantula moves slowly and with a lot of patience and with a lot of determination, that's the fire, the determination to make the right step, to make the right decision, right? And to follow through with it, to push on through, right? It's very, very beautiful energy, actually. Um, so yeah, this is a big time for you, Leo. And I feel it too. Being a Leo moon, I feel like this is a really big time for me. So, yeah, Leos. It's all good stuff, right? So give me a clear reading for lovely Leos. For this new moon period. Clearly a period where they're checking in with their path. Perhaps ready to start on a new path. Help us get a clear picture. Clear messages coming through for our lovely, lovely Leos this June new moon period. Show me. Alright, we'll put Spidey over here. Wow, Ace of Pentacles at the center. This came out also for, who did this come out for? I think it was Taurus. Ten of Wands. Yeah, right? So that's why you're ready for a change. Bottom of the deck. The Emperor. Okay, so Aries energy, moving forward, leader. Being a leader, independent. Fiery. The Emperor is certainly, you know, stable, stability. Stability could be something that you're searching for, Leo. So at the center of the reading, you've got the Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful, beautiful card. This is the Deviant Moon deck. I love this deck for my lunar readings. But yeah, dragons love gold, right? Gold. So when you see a dragon holding a pentacle, you're talking about a huge opportunity for abundance coming in. It's been a long road for you, Ten of Wands. You're ready to come to, you're at the end of a cycle, Leo. You're at the end of a cycle. It's been a really long road. It's been a lot of burdens. You've carried a lot of burdens, but you're coming in. This is all about a new opportunity for you. And certainly with tarantula energy, with this kind of energy, it's all about you taking a moment to reevaluate and prioritize your life. Maybe take advantage of this opportunity coming in. At the bottom of the deck, you have King of Wands. All right. Also fire energy. King of Wands is confidence. You know, coming to a place in your life where you feel very confident. You feel sure of yourself. You've proven yourself. This is your subconscious energy, King of Wands down here. And I think that's it. You know, you feel as though you've certainly your underlying feelings are is that you know you've worked very hard for everything. You've established yourself. You know who you are. King of Wands is a beautiful energy. You know, he is sure, confident, passionate, creative, loving, right? But also he's has a track record. You know, King of Wands has a track record for completing, you know, his tasks, for uh, ruling his kingdom through transmutation, right? Wands, through fire and love. So it's the track record, it's the kind of status to a certain degree. But more than anything, the King of Wands is one of deep confidence and surety. He's gone through a lot in life and it's given him a lot of wisdom and confidence, certainly. And that's what you're feeling right now, Leo. You're feeling very confident, I think. Yeah. You're feeling very confident in yourself. You're about to leave, though, right? It feels like you're about to go through a change. Perhaps you're about to leave some social circles behind. It could be a job. But it feels like you're ready for a change. That's interesting that you would get that animal spirit because you are definitely ready for a change. It feels like you're ready for a new kind of adventure. Yeah, you have Four of Cups here. Yeah, are you a little bit maybe not unhappy, but bored, Leo? It could be that you're at this point right now where you're a little bit bored with what you know you're dealing with around you in terms of relationships and people. Might be that you're feeling like, you know, I love it. It's like in the Batman movie when the Joker says, you know, Gotham needs a different class of villain. You know, so, you know, I love that because it's like it's almost kind of like that feeling maybe you have that you need to be around a different level of friends or relationships because what you've been dealing with seems to be quite empty or has been quite empty, right? Especially, and I don't want to say so much with like your friends and things like that, but I'm just saying like more so with your relationships, your dating relationships. You're bored to pieces. You know, you don't want more of the same, and you're ready for something new. And in comes Knight of Pentacles. Could be this Knight of Pentacles is somebody that might be coming in for you, right? Again, this is news. This is certainly news or a person who comes in with an offer. Knight of Pentacles is very slow moving. This could be somebody that you've known for quite some time, Leo. And they've been kind of coming towards you slowly over the years even. Maybe, you know what I mean? This could be a friend. You know, I feel this energy. I feel like, you know, you see how he's sitting in there, like this really odd kind of like contraption, you know, this moving vehicle for want of a better description. And, you know, he's just, you can tell that you can see these wheels were probably like just slowly rolling along, you know. But he can't really turn around, right? The wheels don't turn. If you notice, there's no way for them to turn. So he can't turn around. He can't go backwards. He can only go forwards. And that's how the contraption is set up. So that's indicative of the commitment that the Knight of Pentacles has. You know, he may be very slow and creaky coming in, but he's coming in and he's sincere, and God help you if you want to get rid of him because you're not going to be able to. All right. And then I get this quite childish energy here, too. This kind of like, oh, and here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, so he's your match. He's like your perfect goofy match, Leo. And I don't even want to say goofy, but in this deck, the Knight of Pentacles just makes me want to laugh, you know. But here's the Queen of Pentacles, and she's right there, you know. And it's like, yeah, you know, they're perfect for each other, right? They're perfect for each other. And I think this is you, Leo. This is you right now, how you're feeling as well. It's funny, you have King of Wands down here, which is like quite confident energy. But up here, this is how you're feeling inside. This is kind of your subconscious energy level. But here's your conscious energy level. And it could just, you know, I feel this is quite cute as well because it's almost as if like, okay, yeah, you're feeling, inside you're feeling very fiery and passionate, but outside as well, you're exuding this kind of opulence. You're doing pretty well for yourself right now, Leo. If you haven't been, you will be. You'll be coming into this kind of energy. Definitely really good kind of abundant wealth is going on around you right now. And like I said, this Knight of Pentacles, he's like your perfect match in a way, right? This is not to say that you're both like rich or whatever, but it's like money is certainly coming in and making things much more comfortable for you. Certainly, it's taking a precedent because this is like how you're feeling consciously, what you're focusing your conscious energy on. Could be a lot of you Leos are just on your grind as well. Queen of Pentacles is the one who's kind of come and worked her way out of nothing, by the way. The Queen of Pentacles energy, she's worked her way up from the ground to acquire all of her opulence and wealth and abundance. She's worked very hard for it. Queen of Pentacles is the blood, sweat, and tears card. That's what I call it for me. She understands what it takes to accomplish something, right? So you can very much have multiple, these energies. You can be King of Wands and Queen of Pentacles, because King of Wands also has that quiet, confident, that quiet bubbling, and not so quiet, because we all know Leos aren't that quiet, all right? But inside there is this kind of bubbling, energy, fire energy that Leos have. Leos like to be in the spotlight, but there's one thing about Leos, they also like to share it. Okay, they're not a selfish sign in that way. And a lot of people perhaps don't like their, rambunctious ways, or the ways they like to be in the spotlight, and, but I don't know. I kind of feel like they're haters, because Leos spread love, right? It's sunshine, it's strength. Leos spread love. When they're in the spotlight, they don't alienate those around them, okay? And, I feel like people who can't get with that are usually haters. But anyway, so that's what I'm saying, is you can have also this quiet, bubbling, confident energy inside of you sometimes, Leos, even though it's not outside, it's on the inside, and I think it's a good way to be. But you certainly are coming into a place of money and abundance. You've worked very hard for it. Right? You worked very, very hard for it. Don't be too hasty. Eight of Wands is coming in. Eight of Wands is talking about making hasty decisions, right? Not taking the time to think about it. She's about ready to cut down those wands there, those staffs, I want to call them in this deck. But she hasn't taken it, she's not waiting for you see the bird is coming in with a message, a very important communication, a telegraph, right? And she needs to read it before she cuts down. She could be cutting down the last of the wood. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't make hasty decisions. Death is coming up. Leo, you're going through a really big change, right? And I think this is why you have that animal spirit of the tarantula, because there is a big kind of change coming for you. Even though the rest of these cards kind of seem to indicate that you're like in quite a comfortable place, right? With yourself and with your money, there is a change coming. And like I say, the tarantula energy talks about, are you really happy though, right? You could be, some of you Leos could be quite successful, doing quite well. Your knight could already be here, right? You could already be involved with this person, be married, right? He doesn't always have to be coming in. This could just be that energy that he has, And so you have, you have your mate, you have money coming in. But interestingly enough, down here, you have a desire to make a journey, to leave. Sixes are about journeys towards more harmony. So something's eating away at you. Something's not making you happy. Like I said here, you're coming. This is for those. This could be you those of you who are involved and single. This is not necessarily a love reading. This is more like a life check-in. You have been quite disappointed recently. Now, if you're single, it could be that you've been quite disappointed with relationships and you're just not willing to get into another shallow relationship right now. If you're married, it could just be that you've been a little bit disappointed with, the state of your marriage. It could be you've been a little lackluster. Some of the romance perhaps has left. Maybe you're feeling like the stability of your marriage is in question. Fours are a card is the number for stability as well. So yeah, there's something nagging at you, picking at you, it's like you're not quite happy here. And here you're ready, you have this desire to leave. And it's funny that it's down here. It could be that a lot of people in your life don't realize this. You're not sharing this with them. This could be quite a secret, Leo. You could be holding this back from others around you. But you're coming to a stage this month where the change is going to happen. The death card is here. So death is not about a real death, but a death of the old. Death is definitely okay. So let me make it this clear. When people say, "Oh, there's a death of the old, and there's going to be a new," there really is going to be a death of the old. There is going to, because threes are about crossing points of no return as well, right? So threes are about a lot of things, bonding, loyalty, but also about crossing the point of no return. Doing things, they take you someplace where you can never come back from. All right. The first three is the Empress, but this three, the 13, is death. And that's what I mean. It's like you're going through something, or there's a change going to happen in your life that is so significant that you will never be the same person you were before that change. You will never think the same way about a certain thing. You will never feel the same way about a certain thing. You just simply cannot go back to who you were before this change happened, before this death moment came. All right? So what precipitates that, it's not quite clear. It could almost be this new opportunity coming in, this Ace of Pentacles, which is at the center. This is the new opportunity coming in, that's like coming in like a blast, like boom, here. What are you gonna boom? It's like almost like a contract that's like 10 pounds and thrown on the desk. Boom. What are you gonna do with this opportunity? How are you gonna handle it? That's how that's the vision I get coming. And you're just so tired, right? You're just so tired. Could be as well that the Queen of Pentacles, if this is not you, this could be somebody that you really look up to as well. It could be a mentor or somebody you look up to, my lovely Leo. Somebody who is successful in the same field that you are in, or successful in the field that you truly, that you really respect, and you respect their opinion. Excuse me, I had to take a sip of iced tea. And because you're so tired, right? You're seeking them out for advice, or you should be seeking them out to help you, with this opportunity. How do you take this opportunity? You are feeling hasty, and that could be because you're quite tired and you want to make a quick decision. All right. Be careful that this quick, hasty feeling that you have here does not precipitate this death moment. Okay, because death can come from various reasons. A lot of times it's meant to come, but if you're making hasty decisions, right, you want to control the narrative. When a death moment comes, when a big transformation comes, you want to be able to a certain degree, control the narrative so that, you're having an enlightened death. You're having a death that's taking you up somewhere. You don't necessarily always... And sometimes it can happen because of bad decisions or hasty decisions, but that's almost like a karmic, right? A karmic kind of, not test, but like karmic work. It's like one of those moments where you make a shitty decision and bam, it's like now you have to pay like a 5 or 10 year karmic price before you come full circle again. Do you see what I'm saying? So that can, a death moment in your life can happen because of that. And ultimately it's great, but you kind of want to be ahead of the ball, right? So be patient when you make your decisions. Don't make any kind of tricky situation worse by being hasty. Yeah, and you've had a feeling of abandonment lately as well. That may come in the future as well. This feeling of wanting to leave, right? Now you have this opportunity coming in. You're going to have this big change, but it could also be, now part of this big death moment, right, is that Ace of Pentacles is definitely a sign of abundance coming in, right? So, however way that resonates, great. Whatever abundance is for you. However, these readings, I read them in a circle because it kind of tells the story of the energies you're dealing with, but it also kind of gives me a timeline for this new moon month. And this card appears here. So this is something coming up towards the later part of the month. And I almost wonder if because of this very great financial opportunity that's coming in for you, right, that the change, the death is how you're relating with your friends in your social circle, because after all of that comes the 5 of Pentacles, interestingly enough. And a Five of Pentacles is about abandonment, ousting, being thrown out, excommunicated, dissed, right? You're no longer part of the cool group or the whatever, right? So somewhere along the line, you're going to be feeling a sense of betrayal after all of this. Towards the end of this new moon period, there may be a period where there might be, and just watch out for it. It could be haters, it could be friends, it could just be that because you're changing, because you've decided, and this is, let me be clear here. This is not so much a change in who you are, right? Like so much of a self transformation. This is a change in your life that you're making as in response to opportunities and in response to your kind of unhappiness of where you are, your kind of boredom with relationships you've had, right? So this change I'm talking about is like a decision or a change you make respective to this animal spirit, which is a change in your life's path, right? Deciding what's really going to make you happy. All right. So that's very different than sometimes I do a reading. I'm talking about the changes that you're going through that are transformational with regard to like your emotional state or your mental state or your spiritual progress, right? Leos, you're in a great spot. You're doing good. You've got King of Wands energy underneath of you. You feel confident. You know what I mean? You're like, there's no denying. Yes, you're fucking tired, but you're tired because you're a worker. You've gone through a lot, right? But that's not indicative of you being soul tired or something like that, right? So this change that I'm talking about, this death, is a change that you are going to be making in your life to keep up with all of this great work that you've had. It's a little warning here not to be hasty. And here, when I say this ousting, right, this abandonment, yeah, you're going to feel a little bit of abandonment. You might, because some of the changes that you're going to make to your life might brass some people off. It might give some people the case of the ass. They might not be happy because it might not include them. Sometimes you go places not everyone can follow. And a lot of times, when we make changes in our lives that are good for us, it's not necessarily great for everybody else, but it's good for us. And then sometimes some of our friends, family, or our social circle will get pissed off. So be prepared for that. Let's get some clarity here. I'm going to clarify this off deck. I've had this deck for 25 years, I want to say. Actually, I got it in 1991, so that's nearly 30 years, so 28 years. And it is still in wonderful condition. That's how they used to make tarot cards. Back in my day, they used to make tarot, you know what I mean? I know I sounded really oldie fogey there, but it's true. Tarot cards used to be made out of much better material than some of the ones they're making nowadays. Oh! Look what just popped out. Lovers. Alright, so I don't usually take flip cards or anything when I'm shuffling, but if a card pops out face up, I take it. So lovers, you're feeling love is in the air, Leo. This could be those of you who are married or not married. You're feeling very lovable, harmonious with your partner. All right, give me some clarity on this change our lovely Leos want to go through here. All right, what's going on for Leo right now? What kind of change are they looking at? Let me clarify some of these cards for our lovely Leos. New moon. Beautiful that this is a new moon reading as well. Interestingly enough, my new moon readings do always seem to indicate big changes in certain areas and beginnings of something new. So this is the time for it, Show me. Leo. All right, as you get your clarity cards out, I'm going to wrap this up quick. I don't want it to be too long. Yep. Yep, bottom of the deck. Knight of Discs again. So you have a lot of money coming in, girl. This Knight of Discs is relentless. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you're feeling abundance is coming your way. Leo, look at that. 10 of Discs at the bottom to clarify that Knight of Wands. Of course you're feeling confident. The money's going to be starting to roll in, right? You felt you want to leave because, yeah, you felt a lot of interference. 8 of Swords, you felt a lot of interference. You felt like you've really been stuck, kind of. And you realize that a lot of it is your own doing as well, right? But you realize that where you're at right now is just too limiting for you. You need to be someplace where you can spread your wings, where you can, really challenge yourself. So, and when I say leave, it doesn't necessarily need to be leaving a location or something, but you're trying to find, perhaps in your career or in, your job or your social area, just like, you just feel like it's all quite boring, and you need to be challenged, and you're kind of seeking out a bit of a challenge. This could also be to do with work and this opportunity for money coming in, right? It could be that you have a job right now, you're just bored to pieces with it, right? Okay, so, and also you're coming, like I said, you're coming out of a period of relationships that have been quite shallow or boring. Look at this, 9 of Swords. There's been a lot of anxiety about it, maybe recently, Leo. I think you're coming out of this energy. You're not so, you don't have so much anxiety anymore. You realize that you need to make a change and get away from people who are giving you just kind of less than stable relationships. I think you understand that, but the 9 of Swords is just indicative of how difficult it was, just quite recently for you. So you're really in a much better spot, Leo, but it was hard. And this is a lesson, this is kind of, I guess, a hurt that still stays. It takes a little while to heal. And it's mostly to do with anxiety. 9 of Swords is certainly more to do with anxiety about the future than anything. Knight of Cups is clarifying that Knight of Pentacles. So this is your love mate. This is this is certainly your partner. If you're not together already, he's coming for you. Okay, he's coming for you. And he's coming with that love energy as well. You have 2 knights. It's like he's like coming with the whole package. Just sweeping you off your feet and all of that. Yes, of course, you've got 9 of Pentacles clarifying that Queen of Pentacles. Yes, that's exactly what you've done. 9 of Pentacles, it talks about having worked very hard to get where you're at, having established a certain amount of status and affluence, and you deserve it. And this is where you're finding yourself. You're coming into this, Leo. If you're not here yet, you're going to be coming into it. You're certainly going to be coming. It's almost like, if you've been waiting to get your comeuppance, it's all coming. And your comeuppance is good comeuppance. It's the money is coming in that you've been deserving, the accolades, the status, the affluence. And it's come out of a lot of hard work. Again, like I said, my Queen of Pentacles says she's my blood, sweat, and tears card. Well, 9 of Coins is also the blood, sweat, and tears card in terms of having clawed your way up the ladder to the top. Brilliant, 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 Leo. Beautiful energy. A lot of love. You got a great time ahead. Princess of Cups. Yeah. So, 8 of Wands. Talking about making hasty decisions, cutting people off, right? She wants to cut these wands down, right? So it talks about cutting people off. Talking about... not taking the time to look and see, exactly where your strengths lie, being prudent and things like that. So Princess of Cups, she's in there. She's kind of like excited. She's just now kind of, it's like she's had her first crush, right? She's had her first crush. She's beginning to understand what it feels like to be in love. And sometimes that can make you act hastily, right? Could be this Knight of Cups and Knight of Pentacles. This guy or girl, girl, doesn't matter. Over here has got you swooning, right? Like Princess of Cups has got you like, oh my gosh. And you're about to make some really quick, hasty decisions. Like, I'm going to move in with this, you know what I mean? Or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to wife this, or whatever. Or, I don't know, but it's getting you making passionate decisions that you need to really be like, whoa, hang on a second, So don't get too caught up, Leo. Don't get too carried away. There's a lot of love going on here as well. Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Who's down here? King of Wands. Now you have Queen of Wands. So there you go. Queen of Wands talks about transformation, coming through the fire, you know. She is kind of camouflaged a little bit because she wants to be there to help others get on their path, right? She doesn't want to blind them with her complete radiance. She doesn't want to scare them away with her awesome power. So she kind of subdues herself a little bit, but behind all of that, she has immense power. She has immense endurance, insight, wisdom, right? The Queen of Wands has been through so much. And she's there to be like a guiding light for you too. She has that confidence. She has that teacher ability. A lot of Sagittarian energy here as well. Certainly Leo energy, right? If you didn't feel like, well, King of Wands is not me, certainly Queen of Wands is, right? So I think this just reaffirms the change you're going through. You know, you've been through a lot, and now you're getting all of this. This is the card that shows, here we go. I just want to clarify real quick. This is why I know you've been through a lot. You might downplay it. You might be, you know, Leos are very strong. Fire signs are strong in that way. You know, they might, a lot of times they like to downplay some of the things that they've been through. Like, yeah, it was all right. I got through it. I handled it. But the truth of the matter is that it was very difficult. It was very hard, right? And going through that, now it's like you're coming to a period, Leo. You're coming to a really beautiful period because you've done the work, but there's definitely a change down the horizon for you where you're going to completely integrate everything that you've learned and come out shining like this Queen of Wands. It's very, very beautiful energy. Just gorgeous. And I think this death as well, it just can be like the letting go of the last few remnants, you know, and now realizing, you know, where you want to be, what you want to be. Remember that tarantula spirit energy. Making decisions about who and what and where your life. Not so much who and what you want to be, because that is, you know that. You're Queen of Wands, you know that. This is what I was saying before. This isn't so much a transformation of self, but it's more like an understanding of what you've been through and who you are, and that you can make adjustments to your goals and make adjustments to your life to get what you truly desire. Now's the time to really think about where, you know, let me prioritize and go for what I really want. The sun is here for you. So this abandonment that somebody's coming might give you or might show you, this kind of pettiness later on in the month, you're not concerned. You've got the sun. You've got Leo energy right here. Okay? This is... the sun card, a lot of people call this the Leo card. It's not. Strength card is the Leo card. However, the sun, you know, is Leo. Leo is the sun. So in that way, it is for Leo, right? And you're just basking in being yourself again. You feel whole again. You feel like a Leo again. It might be that you've gone through quite a period where, you know, sometimes the Leo's crown is just a little lackluster, you know, you're not feeling so great. It's been a lot of pain. Could have been a lot of financial difficulties, you know. All of that, it's just like you've come through it, you know. You've come through it. You are now feeling very much like yourself. And this Five of Pentacles, I just feel like this is just a little hateration that's coming your way. It's not like you're really going to be feeling that destitute or abandoned, you know. How could you? You have Queen of Wands and money and beautiful, beautiful partner coming in. Everything is coming up for you. The sun is reaffirming everything. Lovers, you're meeting the person you were meant to meet, but not only that, if you're already paired up, you're moving towards immense harmony. All right? Okay, so I'm going to leave it at that. I love you, Leos. This is the new moon reading for June. I do try to keep it shorter, you know, not too long, but this was a great reading. Wow. Okay, so check out my monthly readings if you like, and check out my weeklies. I think I'm going to switch up the weekly format a little bit. I might start to do weeklies for each of the signs as well. So for now, If this resonated with you, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, share, hit the bell, do all of that good stuff so that helps my channel grow and reach more people. If you want a private reading, you know what to do. Just email me or hit the button to schedule a private reading. I do same-day readings, and I schedule up to a week in advance. I love you guys so much. Have a wonderful new moon month. Bye-bye, Leo.